risk money if that's the case. If you want to trade live, use risk money. Money that you lose it all right here, right now, it doesn't affect your livelihood or your lifestyle. All right. So trade smart, trade the setups, take it slow, take it easy into the open. Let's not get super red to start the day, right? And let's let the opportunities come to us. Let's wait for the opportunities. Once we see them, we attack, and we get a little aggressive from there. So I'll take it slow. TOP, which one is going to be the one? By the way, for the MMU winners, Adam and Leslie, I already spoke to Leslie. We'll talk a little later today. We'll reach out to Adam as well and try and get him set up. I know Marcelo did reach out to everyone else that participated. Uh, we did mention we're going to take care of you guys. And so, thanks for, of course, putting yourselves out there, right? So to get into the technicals, TOP, we got a high of 1133, low of 1060. So this one has a bit of range. The other two also starting slightly red. BEAT over 287. Okay, nice move. Are we going to hold above that level though? I'll take a start or tight stop. Oh, it's holding. Let's see what it does. We have to pull away though. Can we pull away? It's almost like there's hidden sellers here. It's not pushing through 3. So I'll be out for a $100 loss after a couple of trades there. Again, we want to see it break above the 200. It's right into that area here. So trying to take some trades through the level, but it might need some more time to, consolidate here. I like that it's holding up above 88 though. I think that's a good sign so far. Waiting. The 200 is also at 92. Is AC, good morning, what's up? ACON seems to be holding up at 40 so far. I wonder if that was too early. Small seller there. This should break. Okay, this is the volume that I'm looking for. Again, can we see it? I bought back high, not quite. Come on, take us to the moon. Well, nothing but losing trades. I must have had a terrible fill coming out. I thought I thought I made money there. That turns out I'm not going to. That's all right. So I'll wait around. I can be a little bit more patient with this one. That's all right. TOP maybe over 30, but it's looking a little choppy. That was a good move. The nice buyers coming in. Right there we want to see at least 310, 315, but not quite getting the push. ACON, potential 1 minute breakout, but not quite seeing enough volume to get over the level. Keep an eye on it. I expected a more aggressive start to the day, considering Friday was like, Friday was like a pullback day, being that like we had the extra day off. TOP. So ACON getting rejected. Seems like TOP might be getting rejected as well. But we'll see. Still holding at 11. BEAT definitely having a hard time. 5 minute candle looks good. But we'll see. I think I want to give it more time, be a little bit more patient there. Man, TOP starting to move. I'll pull it on the screen when I can. For those of you on YouTube. I like this entry. Can we hold? I want to hold this till 12. I'll pull it on the screen when I can. I also could use some more share size. I'm only at 1K. Oh, great fill. But we want to see break of 12 though. Mm-mm. Do we need a pullback first? Be careful of a pullback here on TOP. I still can't take my hands off the buy button to pull it on screen. It's still in the apex point, so I'll keep waiting. I do apologize about those off-screen trades. It might need a bigger pullback here too, but we'll have to wait and see. BEAT. Oh wow, nice. Nice move. I tried the bids at 58, no fill. Hey, bounce, please. If it doesn't bounce, I'll take a loss here. Well, gave back 500 off the top. Not good. I think it's gonna bounce. It looks good. I gave back 500 off the top trying to get that dip. Well, doesn't look good anymore. Pulling back too much. You know what I didn't do there? I didn't size down for the dip trades. So I kind of not good, but looking to be aggressive though. So we can't complain. If it makes a new high over 50, maybe I get back involved. BEAT though, looking interesting. Yeah, it actually looks good. See, this is why you have to look at the 5-minute candlestick too. If I'm looking here, I'd probably take the dip much lower. Yeah. Now that's might just gonna turn out to be a great dip trade, and I'm just buying too high. Yep, VWAP. See, VWAP is, oh my goodness. VWAP is at 17. So that's gonna be a great dip. I'm just in way too high. You know, sometimes I don't want to take my hands off the buy button because, but it would have been worth it right there. Gonna miss key information and gonna cost me 500. So back over 50. Let's see what it continues to do here. Poor fill on the bid, so I'm not gonna see any gains there. TOP still watching and waiting. The lows are at 17. Well, 01 actually. The lows are at 01. VWAP is at 23 now. So I gotta be careful. I wonder if it wants to try those lows again. We had 23 right there, but not a lot of selling pressure. The 5-minute chart I think looks great. So if it pulls back, you guys know what I'll be doing. But that's if I get lucky enough for this to come back down again. And if not, there are going to be scalp trades coming. Right now, I'm just flat on the day, unfortunately, with some bigger losses. BEAT trying to catch a nice trade earlier, and that one is pulling back hard. It's at 22. I might add to this, but if I do, I'll take a huge loss if it fails. But, it seems good. It's lingering, so I think it might go lower, so I'm reducing risk. Is it finished? I'm going to take a loss. Can we bounce? Well, I'm going to take, well, that's all right. It's gonna make a new low, 82, before bouncing, so I'm gonna get chopped out there. Is it finished or is it, I'm not sure yet, so I'm waiting here. That ad came a little too early, or else like at the bottom ticked 80, which could have been good. It looks like it's failing. It's pulling back too much. Yeah. Well, we just gave back 700 off the top, so not good. But I think valiant attempt either way. I already knew if I added what it would mean if it did not hold. So the risk is already well, you know, assessed. So despite a beautiful looking 5 minute chart coming out of pre-market here, it's still going to fail, which is of course a great reason why we must always respect our stop loss in the trade. It's imperative. Even when a quality setup doesn't work, we still don't get caught, way overboard. I did have aggressive size on pullbacks too, which, I kind of made a personal choice to do. Was looking to be a little bit more aggressive. So back to waiting. Is there anything that's looking good? Let me see what you guys are looking at. EY, yes. EY, yes. TIGR was mentioned. You see, if this holds up and I'm in 3,000 shares, right? If this trade works, there's a good chance I make like 1,500 on the move back to the highs. But it's just not going to work. So, it's not personal. And we took a $300 loss, which is actually very good for that type of size. BEAT unfortunately looks like it had a hard time. It got above 3, but I don't know, it just didn't continue. This is good. Nice holding above the level here. Low of 98, low of 98, low of 98. And then instead of giving the new high of day with a big green candle, it gives a big red candle coming down. We want to see this exact thing, but going up for the new leg. So we'll be waiting. Right now I am red 195. PRSO. Let me take a look at a few of the ones you guys are mentioning here. This one is up and then back down. TIGR. So big move down and then curling back up. It looks like it could use a little bit more volume. TOP, I'm going to still keep an eye on. I wonder how much differently I could have approached the dip if I saw the 5 minute chart. You get carried away just zooming into the 1 minute when the stock is going up. But when we start to dip, you need to know, what the 5 minute chart is looking like. So I got to make sure that I not do that. Whenever there's a pause in the sequence is when I do it. When I feel like there's an area where I can move my hands off. But the way how it pulled back, it's like, it pulled back and it looked like there was a nice entry. And initially there was, but, or at least I thought there was, let's say, at, like 1150, but there wasn't. It needed a bigger pullback. So right now, just waiting, right? Despite losing like $700 right there, it honestly feels like nothing. Like it feels numb. So just, I'm trading the A quality setups. Whatever the A quality setups yield, that's what I'll take. It's not personal. If the stock had just happened to have been stronger, again, we could have made like 1,500 on a trade. And so the reward is also on the other side of the trade, the risk and the reward. Being that Friday was a little slower, I thought that was because, people taking off for the, extra day off that we had, take a longer weekend. GFAI, RIOT. Whenever RIOT is moving, MARA and a couple of the other ones might start to move too. Is this Tupperware, right? I think Tupperware. I'm gonna take a look at a few of these. Um, RIOT. Why my E-Trade seems to be having a hard time. RIOT doesn't look bad, but I believe it's a stock with a bit of a higher float. Cheaper stock TTOO giving a nice push. TIGR just needs more volume. Maybe it moves a little bit better. Starting red 3, I felt like I had a good trade on BEAT. I'm not sure what happened, but I was taking size though. I was going up 7,500 a couple times. When you take that size, you gotta just be, I gotta know if the setup doesn't come, I'll be at the mercy of Thinkorswim and their fills. Let's see, in at 89, 87, 92, 93, out at 91 and 90. Losing trade, losing trade. Okay, there's a 7-cent winner, but only 2,500. A 1 cent, well, 3-cent loss. See, this trade here was a disaster of a fill. I sold this above 302. This trade right here, I got filled at 98. That's exactly why I'm still red in the stock. We should have had 75 times 4 or 5 to at least put us back break even. This was a winning trade here. I'm not sure why the fill was so terrible. Then of course we got back in and then took the loss. And then we moved on. Right now it's important to keep an eye on the scans and of course continue to rotate through the stocks that we have on watch right now. TIGR, we'll see what it does. ACON, not really doing too much. Maybe it does a red to green at some point. First 5-minute candle will potentially make a new high. ALAR, no good. So just waiting patiently. There were a few that had gotten halted. CDRO. Take a look at this one. They're high volume here. No, not much at all. How do you guys feel about TIO? It seems like it has a bit of a higher float. I mean, but this flag here does look good. Pre-market highs. Let me see, how's the daily chart? You see, but then this comes down to selection. Is this worth looking at? Is this worth trading? All right. I gotta update this E-Trade platform. They did say they might have some issues. Yeah, I think I'll just be on the sidelines here, to be honest. Not seeing much. The water boy. Can you guys see all these bottles of water I have here? I have like 6 of them. The water boy on the sidelines. Speaking of water, let's not forget to stay hydrated. And also, let's not forget to hit that thumbs up, right? If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to support the channel, hit the thumbs up. Do appreciate it, and it helps out immensely. Also, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. I go live every weekday morning around 9:15 a.m. market time. So there's resumption, TOP. Are we going to see a bounce opportunity? Maybe. There is something there. Let's size down. High of 71, 47. The bids. 36, 33, 25, 19, 14, 13. It's in no man's land. Not touching it. Low of 06. Maybe if the 1 minute candle makes the new high or something, but this is not good. But yeah, this is what it is with this type of stock is that it was at 256. It seems like the bounce was already, finished at the pre-market highs at 9 a.m. I thought, I was hoping we could have retested the level, maybe break out a little bit above it, and then if it was done, that would have been great. But this is this type of stock where, we were at 256. You know, nothing is guaranteed, but it's like this one is even more so, allowed to be wild, right? I mean, it could get halted down right here again. Normally we wouldn't expect that, but with this one, I mean, anything can happen. ACON, not much going on there. How are we doing on BEAT? Not much. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at not trading though. What do you guys think? I mean, we'll have to see though, right, over these next couple of days or weeks. Whenever the market slows down again, we'll know for sure. I'm thinking if I was too aggressive on BEAT to start, considering that we were right in the area of the 200. And when it did hold above it a couple of times, I'm looking away, so I do miss those trades as well, unfortunately. Yeah, TOP, this one is still fighting. If it's, well, there might be a trade here. Let's see. 1018, 970. Probably should have took the long. It's slow and steady. There's 15 cents. No pull away. There's green, but it's not pulling away. Okay, better. We need to, if it gets halted up, honestly, that'll be great. Seems like it's getting shorted though. It feels heavy here. So I'm not even gonna attempt this trade. I'll just keep waiting. We'll see. BEAT pulling back some more. Well, it's gonna grind up. Well, better than nothing. Okay. High 14. TOP. Right. Not bad. From 70. Oh gosh. 56. I don't like how the volume kind of slows down in some areas. I'm gonna ease off again in case it gives a bigger pullback than I expect. I don't know, man. I like the aggression today. I like the aggression in the areas that I attempted the trades. I think I need to be fine with that. So far it's a good day, right? So I think it's a good day here so far. Just have to continue to be patient and wait for the late morning rush. Hopefully there's a late morning rush. Like the momentum will sometimes come in waves. So maybe by 10:30 we see something again, and then probably 11:40, 12. And then, by then we'll know, and then we can shut it down. MN MNPR. Yeah, it's on the halt scan. What's the volume? Actually, this daily chart looks good. We're room the 160. Was this is the first halt? Yeah, this could be good. I'll watch this too. This is a great call out. Yeah, it looks like a couple of you guys are watching at it. 100,000 shares of volume. Once if volume gets in, we can see. Let's see here. What I need to try and do, being that the first 30 minutes is up, is usually our most green. I need to try and be accurate here if this one does give a nice trade. If not, I need to try and avoid taking a trade as best as I can. But if I do take a quality trade and it fails, that's all right too. TOP, will we see a double bottom for a bit of an ABCD here? We got a low of 906. This resumption is coming up. How do I take some shares down here, man? I'm gonna throw out some shares on the bids. I don't know if I'll get filled. It's bounced up a little bit, so no fills. And look at that, there's 50 already. So, it looks like we might have had a higher low. You got to just make up your mind and go. The moment you start thinking too long, you miss the trade. And I missed the trade already. So if it just keeps curling, we might potentially see a retest of that high of 1014. There's a resumption on this other one. Can we get a dip? Uh-oh. No, not what I want. 35. Oh man. I got filled. Let's take a loss. We got filled on the highs and it's a little spready. The volume is a little too light. Saw some green, so I bought early, but then it's kind of struggling, so I sold it right away. Well, not well, let's not say struggling. There's a lot of red coming in, mixed in as well after that first. TOP, TOP, and this one is back up. TOP dropping to the depths. Let's size down here. 64 for the highs. Ay, ay, ay. Gotta be careful with this one. The volume's a little lighter. Yeah, and look at that type of drop. Let's take it. Can we bounce? We got something. It's wild, this stock, right? Very volatile. Big range for stock at this price, which is more important thing. It's like the lowest of the last was 26. We have a low of 27, so it's essentially a double bottom. High is at 56. Ay, ay, ay. That wasn't a terrible fill though, luckily. Will we see break of 50 for the Retest to 56. It's just so sketchy how it's moving. We still need more volume. Holding though, I probably should have just held that, but you know, at the time I'm thinking it's looking so weak. It's going to be a good double bottom. Could have just held 28 entry that I had. There's a spread here. What's high of day? 64. The halt is at 73. It's never easy. This one is particularly difficult with how it's, you know, moving in this area, and just in general with the big range. Green coming on the tape, but then nothing happening. Okay, okay. Can we see the retest of that halt? The bids are dropping, some coming out in the spreads. Not an easy one. We had high halt, potential halt up is at 179. Jeez Louise. 65 on the bids. Yeah, the best thing I could have done was just hold that trade down there 28 for a few minutes. 79 for that halt up. We had a high of 74. Nothing for high of day. 75. What's it going to be? And then there's like a spread to the downside, so we got to be careful with a high of day trades as well. I'll keep waiting. If I see huge bids, maybe, but we need a pullback. Can we get a pullback? Is that possible? Come on down. The price is right. I'll take 58. Seems to be holding for now. Maybe not. Waiting. 55. It's still flushing. What was the low? 50. It's not even showing up top. 53. 53. This is dicey. 54, 53, 54, 53, 52, 50. I'll take it lowered 50, but it has to. Well, I got 53 fill, not great. Can we hold here? If not, then I just, you know, maybe it's failing. We really don't want anything below like 47, 48. That wouldn't be too good. You see how a 5-minute candle is looking terrible now. So it went from looking great and needing a pullback to now looking awful and looking like it's failing. Well, our pullback today, just, you know, this is the second pullback. We only had one pullback. I don't mind trading the second pullback. Second pullback not holding up. From 75, we don't need to be back here at 40. That's just telling me nobody's holding their positions and people are just looking to exit early. Maybe even short sellers getting in, maybe a little bit more aggressively towards those highs for rejection. So from green 100 to red 100, or maybe green 50 to red 100, I don't know. A bit of a bounce there. Is it on to something though? Uh, maybe, maybe not. I don't trust it yet. I don't trust it yet. 54. The pullbacks, I tell you, man. The pullbacks, the pullbacks. I don't know. Short sellers just seems to be here. Like they're watching. Short sellers are here. They're in the stock. It felt heavy it did feel heavy at 75, because we're seeing green on the tape and then nothing is happening in the key areas. I did attempt one half day trade at 75. I'm in, nice buying coming in. It doesn't go. Like it's trying to jump and then there's like ankle weights or something pulling it down. And now here again at 55 where it could potentially give a red to green, feeling heavy. So on the day, we are at minus 119. We did make back some money on the TOP and then lost back a little bit here. On this type of day at this point, this late, I only have one goal. Can I get green even just 50 bucks? If I can't, then I want to, end it here, not go deeper into the red. So I'm going to wait patiently for, it's 10, 12, 10:30, then maybe 11. I'm going to wait here patiently, and if nothing comes, that's it. There's no need to keep pushing on a day where there's nothing. It's better to be small red than big red. For those of you in MMU up top, I'm gonna check out the settings on Discord, and I'm gonna upgrade the server again. I'm not sure why it's like having issues for 1080, but we should be good to go tomorrow. I wonder if it's my monitor as well. Maybe I'll have to double check because my HDMI has been giving some issues. Could also be that. Gotta check everything. So MNPR, we'll see what it does. We had lows initially at 126. We got a low of 129. And we're pulling back on the 5 minute. Some people might like it here. For me, if it really comes down again and there's a lot of selling and it doesn't break down, I give it a chance with some small size. But would have wanted a little bit more continuation before the pullback. But the pullback will happen wherever it wants to. So we just got to be patient and see what it does. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up, and if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. I haven't been trading TTOO, is it at like 20 cents now? This is a little tricky because we're pulling back with these wicks. I really would love to see a stress test, is how I refer to it. If we come to these lows and there's a lot of selling and it can hold, or maybe even a breakdown and reclaim. But so far it's, two green candles in a row. Will we start to curl? Two small green candles in a row on the 1 minute. By the way, for those of you who are interested in joining MMU, we have decided to run the coupon till Saturday. Saturday, which is the 3rd, right? The 3rd. So the coupon will go till the 3rd instead of the 31st. We mentioned that yesterday in the video where we announced the winners of the MMU Manifesting My Future Challenge. Pretty crazy, pretty intense stuff, man. I can only imagine how participants were feeling watching that and doing the raffle. Like you're just hoping it's you so bad. But that was a pretty fair way of getting it done, versus just picking two people. It felt just a little bit, unfair that way because all the videos were good. I will say for Jessica's video, I did like that, it was as soon as we put out as soon as we had put out the challenge, I mean like the first day, it was already up and posted and ready. Thought that was pretty cool. So here we are, we're curling up a bit. Maybe this thing is on to something indeed. Maybe it is on to something indeed. VWAP is at 49. No, let's wait here a little bit. Maybe it pulls back a little more, we'll see. I don't mind an entry. This is of course a little higher than I would want to be in, but if it starts to pull away, could provide something. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I don't like that there's a wick on the 5 minute candle that started the pullback, like the size of the wick. But I'm still willing to give it a chance. It's like it's what I'd say is that this is barely by the skin of, whatever the phrase is. It's making the setup, but I would have preferred it under a better circumstance still. That and then, VWAP is still an area where we gotta try and get past if it does curl. TOP. TOP seems to be going lower. TIO, not much. AAIC, that one was the buyout. ACON, sold off. ALAR, not much there. BEAT, I think it's down. MNPR, TIGR, TOP. What was this stock? BEAT. Did it ever break below 89, I wonder? When I first got long, what was the high? 86. Lows of 87. It never did. So I could have done a better job holding this trade here instead of being so in and out. But then again, we were coming into some EMAs. But that's how you approach a trade differently. I had 7,500 shares at 90. If I hold to a stop below 86, I never get stopped out of the trade. And we got to break to 303. There's, what is that, 10, 13, and another 3, 16 cents potentially. Maybe I don't sell at the highs. So let's say 10 cents, 7,500 shares. Let's say 10 cents. Because we're in a little higher as well. Or maybe even like 8 cents. There's still something there though, right? Plus 500 bucks. Instead of being down 355. That's if I approach the trade in the other mindset. I do hold some trades longer, but it does depend on the situation. I need to be in. I need to be into the fill that I want, and the level two charting itself, everything has to be reacting well. GDC, take a look. I believe this one was a stock from a few days ago. There's a spread. It's moving up. We had a high of 98, but there's a bit of a spread. MNPR, fortunately, having a hard time. Made new lows. Yeah, this type of day, it's like my instincts are starting to tell me this is it. If I stick around, I might just go deeper in the red. I don't like to think like that, but if you're too optimistic on a slow day, it's not really the best thing. We did have some green. I think at one point maybe we were up 400 because we were red 350 and we then made 800. I think we were up like 840, 830 on that stock at one point, TOP. GDC, a little spready, 18-cent spreads here. There might have some opportunity here, but a little risky. Somebody's gonna buy up that dip. Volume coming in there. Are people watching at this stock? The daily chart. We had some opportunities a few weeks ago. If it breaks over 6 in good fashion, I will be surprised here. I don't think I'm looking to take this trade.